clocks forward, backwards, spring forward.
Forward.
Yes, forward. Only just.
You were sleeping with me, weren't you? Don't tell Natalie. I can see it.
I know. Debbie. And I actually woke up and it was 20 to 9, and I usually get up at about 7:30. I went, don't worry.
Oh, it's my favourite day of the year when those clocks, it's forward, isn't it? Spring forward, yes.
Forward.
I'm so happy when the light is different this time of year. I wish they wouldn't change them at the end of the year.
Yes. I agree.
I like summertime, but I don't like the clocks going forward. I live in this horrible half universe for half a week thinking, but it could be still bedtime. So I don't like it.
Anyway, talking about bedtime, we have a very glamorous guest who is, one of our favourite people who we've been trying to get on this show for a long time, and at last we have nailed her to the nest. Here she is, the gorgeous Lizzie Cundy. Hello, Lizzie.
Hi.
Welcome to the nest. I'm so thrilled that you're here. We've known each other for a long time. You know my daughters, you know everybody really, don't you?
I do know everyone, and I love your daughter. Beautiful.
Thank you. I just want to know how you managed to look this gorgeous all the time. I love you with blonde, lightly blonder hair.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
Yes. Well, I was very dark for a long time. I looked like Cher gone wrong, and I thought I'm too dark. And as we get older, my mum always said have a little bit of light. So a little bit of light. But no, I'm good, and had a rather late night last night. But I'm here. I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Now, Natalie. It's Natalie D and Caddy and me, who are the Wonderbirds. Natalie is a massive fan of yours, aren't you, Nat? She's been dying for you to come on the show. She's got so much she wants to ask you. So I don't know where to start. What do you want to ask Lizzie?
Oh, no. Listen, I've been working with Debbie for about 3 months, and she was telling me about the fact that you were going to come on. And I was like, when? Just because it's... Well, you know what I'm going to ask you is, are they coming? Are they not coming? Are they going to be on the balcony? Are they going to be wearing tiaras? You were the first person that I listened to, because I was out there waving my little Union Jack a few years ago going, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? And then I thought, oh, that's odd that, this thing with her father not coming and everything. I thought that was very strange. And then I heard you talking about having met her.
Yeah.
And it was my first doubts before all the, the getting on private jets and things to actually change my mind, because I was so in there and I thought how exciting, how wonderful, like we all did. But you were one of the first people I heard describing a personality which I didn't think. So tell us, what do you think? Are they going to come?
Well, I think they possibly will come to the coronation. But look, I met Meghan back years ago before she met Harry, and really I didn't know who she was. I was asked to look after her for this dinner evening, and they said this girl Meghan, she's in the show called Suits. What is Suits? I've never heard of her. Meghan Markle. And to be honest, no one wanted to sit next to her because we had a real big table of fun and there wasn't enough room for her, so one of us had to go off, and I kind of was a bit cheesed off, to be honest, going, I want to be with your friends. You know what it's like? You're at this charity do. You want to be sitting with your friends. But they said, no, will you look after her? So I said, look, I will. It's fine. She didn't know anyone. And we got on famously. We got on really well and stayed friends for a while, up until the point she met Harry. And then she ghosted me and Piers Morgan. But she was a good fun, and she desperately wanted a British boyfriend. But sadly, I'm so sad how it's gone, because I think she could have had everything. And now if they do come to the coronation, I think it's going to be a lot of trouble, a lot of boos, and also there's going to be a big security problem, because obviously what he said in his book about killing the Taliban and so forth, it's going to be tricky, and all eyes, it should be on the king. I think they're going to be on them.
It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is sad, and it could have been very different. I really did hope Meghan was going to be the next sort of Princess Diana, and could have done so much. And it is very sad how it's all worked out.
Yeah, I think it really is sad. And I think that what's happened to them is they now look like idiots to me. They've just sort of, sold out. It's I don't know where I was reading the other day. It might have been the Spare Things, the other book that they've written. You know, the sort of parody on it, which is sorry.
Spare us, I always call it.
Yeah, exactly. And it is, you know, because everything that they wanted, they haven't, you know, they wanted privacy, they wanted this, they wanted that, and they've gone the exact opposite way. So it makes them look stupid. And especially, I would call myself the public as far as this is concerned, because obviously I don't know very many royals. Well, the royals I do, darling, I have to keep quiet about.
Yeah.
But
of course.
But I think she's behaved irresponsibly and like an idiot. And I have a feeling that he might have to come home crawling one day on his hands and little knees to say sorry.
But
Daddy.
think of the role model he could have been for so many young people.
Yeah.
The role model she could have been.
I mean, I was just going to say that the press she actually got in the beginning was amazing. It got far more better press and more press than Kate. And it's a shame how it's, you know, all gone terribly wrong, really.
No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually completely on the other side. I think she was treated really badly. I also think that the PR that she's got and the press that she's got, every time anyone says, if she wears a red dress, they say she looks like a tart. If Kate wears a red dress, they say she looks gorgeous. I'm sorry, but I completely disagree with you. And I've got to stand up for her. I don't know her, but I do know people who work at the palace. And I don't even think it's the royal family. I think it's the people who work at the palace treated her really badly. And I think she had every right to do what she's done. Sorry, guys.
That's
okay. Very unpopular.
And Cundy is the same. Cundy is the same.
I'm with Dee on this one. I think there's a very complicated story here. And I do think she was attacked a lot by the press. I think it's very difficult to come in as the new black person in the royal family and in America, all the cultural difficulties as well. And I think the newspapers gave her a really hard time, the media in general. And I think Harry is sticking up for her. And it makes me admire him, because that's not easy to do.
No.
Well, I've got to say, they're just always moaning and trashing the royal family, and they're making money from it, hundreds of millions. And I don't even think in America now they're going to be wanted from all of it, because whatever, people do love the royal family.
I think it's the media that they are criticising.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I think maybe we should stop and talk about Lizzie, because she's far more interesting.
Yes.
But it's good that people think.
It is. I'm glad, you know, we can't all think the same, and it's brilliant that people do have that.
It is. It's a very split thing with Meghan and Harry, I have to say, and it's just a shame that everyone can't all get on. But that's families. It's like every other family.
Yeah.
Lizzie, can I just say something, Liz? Whenever I people talk about you, they always say you're a socialite, and the thing is, I would like to give you more credence than that, because you went to Central School of Drama, didn't you? Speech and drama.
Yes.
And actually, to get in there, you have to be incredibly talented. And
my mother wasn't very happy, because I went not for long, and then I met a footballer and ran off.
That doesn't matter. The fact you got into Central is a real accolade, because it's one of the top drama schools in the world.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind. And I love my acting. And I actually did do a musical, would you believe, called Wag the Musical. And I want to go back. It was in the West End. Did better than Simon Cowell's musical. But I would love to go back to acting, actually. I really, it was my first love.
Yeah, so you should.
You look so fabulous, Lizzie. And also, what I love about you is your outspokenness, but you're fun. You are so much fun to be around, and your broadcasting career is always fun. You don't take yourself seriously, which is watching you the other day fall off your chair.
Well, that was actually, I had no idea. I'm very lucky. I work with a few of the news channels, and that was on Talk TV. And as I got up to put the earphones on, my lovely producer, Chuck, thought I looked a bit low, didn't tell me, started pumping up my seat to go higher, but forgot to put it back under my bottom when I went flying. But, we've always got to laugh, but I do love the current affairs stuff, what's going on, sticking up for women, and I'm glad I've kind of reinvented myself from the wag tag, as it were. And look, I made a living out of it for sure. As I said, I did a
Yeah.
musical, did a show on footballers' wives, going in their runty drawer and all of that, and talking, you know, and footballers are big news, you know, and they used to always be on the front of the papers instead of
And
on the back.
Nothing to
But,
be ashamed of.
Yeah, but you know, I was married to a footballer. You know, we had nearly 20 good years, got 2 lovely kids. Didn't work out, but you know, I feel my marriage was a success, and I'm now able to have and do what I want to do.
You know that Caddy has got 7 children, Lizzie.
No, how do you do it?
But which is why I'm so interested in you, because I think people judge women by what they know them from. So people say, oh, you're a footballer's wife and all of that. And they forget, like Dee said, that you actually got into Central School, you had a career, you've got, you know, the real talent. And I think it was the same with me. You have 7 children and that's all you are. You're just a mother. And they forget what you might have done before. So I think that it was really interesting reading up about you, actually.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, well, you know, I worked, so I wanted to be an actress, but I met Jason very young. You know, we were 18, 19, and footballers tend to always want to get married early, and he was, you know, we did, and we had 2 lovely boys. I don't regret anything, but my career got put on hold. Sadly, when I was married, Jason got cancer. And I went on to This Morning to talk about men's cancers, because they're not very good men, they're going to the doctors. And I got offered this series on This Morning, and that's how I kind of got into presenting. From then I got it sort of straight away. Before I knew it, I had my own show. So I've been very lucky in some respects. I feel very blessed, but you know, I did have to, you know, I love being a mum, and but now I can do what I like.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's luck and talent. That's the thing. I think that's the point, isn't it? That, you know, some people are just lucky, but if you've got that extra something, it makes all the difference.
I think the thing is, especially in our business as well, and especially the side that you're in, the presenting side, it really is quite cutthroat, isn't it?
Yes, it is cutthroat, and sadly, you know, I'm very open book. I talk to everyone, a bit like you, Debbie. I know you. You're very friendly. And some people can take advantage of it a bit. I need to toughen up. It is a tough world, but I did the red carpets. I did ITV at the movies and OK TV for 9 years, working with Richard Desmond, who's not always the easiest person, but it's hard, you know, and you're fighting. There's always someone younger coming up, and but I just was able to manage to make friends that were well known, and got friends with A-listers and who are still my friends today. And I help, you know, if they wanted help, I'd help them, and vice versa, really. So it went on from there.
Yeah.
And then I've now got the sort of current affairs stuff, which I love doing.
But I think we're in a really privileged era of our lives, because I think once you get past all the childbirth, child rearing and all of that, suddenly you have a new age and you think, actually, I can do anything. I've got all this confidence, all this experience. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and you see, I was told I was 38, and the head of one of the big TV channels said, right, you're going to have to lie about your age, because, you know, the younger lot won't relate to you. But I'm young at heart, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to take some years off. But then I did Shirley Valentine on ITV show, and I thought, you know what, I can't pretend I'm this young whippersnapper, and just thought, look, I'm on the show, on this great show. I was very lucky to get, and I thought, I'm going to come out and say, look, I'm 50, proud of it, and life can just begin at 50, you know.
I think the thing is, Lizzie, that's what's so awful, isn't it? Is because they say, you know, because the kids won't relate. We don't want the kids to relate to us. We want people of our age to relate to us. That's the whole point. So what happens to us as far as the media is concerned when you get over 50? They go, oh, we don't want to play to them anymore. And I can't really understand and advertising, everything like that. So you think, why are they always going for the young when really they should go for the people that are a bit older, who've got more money? I think it's changing. I think it's got to change.
Well, yeah, I think it is slowly changing. But look, we look at many of the presenters, Sue Barker, for instance, Arlene Phillips. got removed from their great jobs at BBC because they were too old, really looking that they are not relating to the younger audience. And I think it is changing because we've got a lifetime of experience and knowledge. I mean, gosh, if only I had this knowledge when I was 20, you know, I would have been very different.
Yeah, but I mean, do you really, I don't really relate to the younger presenters particularly either, the very young ones. So, you know, what about us? What about who we watch? And I think that's why with all the diverse channels at the moment, you know, you can watch what you want to watch. And I have a feeling that these big channels like ITV, BBC, they're not going to be that around for that long because I think people are just going to be watching everything that they want to watch because they can.
I agree with you. I really do agree with you, Diane. But I do think we've got so much to offer. And just because we're over 50, I think actually life is beginning. And a lot of, it's very sad, a lot of women that contact me think, oh, when I get to 50, I feel invisible, you know, and that's the sadness. I hate that. I think, no, come on, life's for living. We've got to, you know, 50 years of experience and more and been through so much and we've got so much to give. You know,
yeah,
I'm one of those.
thing,
When I
isn't
walk past
it?
the building site, I want to get wolf whistled.
Yes, exactly. But we're not allowed to have that. Do you know that it's an offence? Isn't it an offence now? Can't people get fined if they whistle at you?
I think so. Yes, they were saying it's an offence to get wolf whistled, and I'm like, what is happening to the world? It's gone woke mad.
It has. I mean, you know, we like getting wolf whistled. I mean, you know, we don't want to be attacked, but that's a whole different. It was a different era. Sorry,
Lizzie,
Dee.
what happened with Formula One? Because you stood up for the girls, didn't you?
Yes, I did stick up for the girls because I was one of those girls with a flag, one of the good girls, and I had the time of my life. I mean, I was only like 16, got picked from you know, when I was modelling, and I was with Aunt Senna, all these amazing racing drivers, and I had the time of my life. And you know, if you've got it, flaunt it, make the most of what you have. It, you know,
Absolutely.
I feel it's very difficult when people are saying, well, why is she doing this? You know, if she looks beautiful, it's like, you know, if you've got a great brain, just use what you have and go for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what's coming next, Lizzie? What are you doing now? I mean, you're always busy every day.
I'm a very busy girl. Yes, I'm very, very busy. I do great shows with GB News, and I also do Jeremy Vine's show and Talk TV every Saturday. So that's great fun hosting that, which is a great show where people just phone in, they get it off their chest. So they, you know, if they're not happy about anything that's going on in the world, you're free to talk, and I love it because we're unleashed, we're uncensored. You can say what you like, be like you girls, and it's great fun. And I've got also a movie coming up. I met the great Game of Thrones director, so I'm off to do some filming on that. So I'm getting back into my acting.
Oh my
Wow.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, so that's quite exciting.
What are you doing in it?
Well, I'm playing a bit of a hussy, would you believe? And who owns a nightclub. I'm a nightclub owner, and I've always wanted to own a nightclub. And it's a perfect role for me, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm very excited. Got a bit of a new love life going on, which I'll fill you in if that goes well. But yeah, everything is really good. Very good, girls. I'm very blessed and happy.
Yeah, well, you look absolutely beautiful, darling.
Oh, well, so do you girls. I want to know how you do it.
It's called aggravation.
Yeah.
It's called you know, worry, stress.
Worry, stress, yeah, the usual. No, you look fantastic. But this is so great, and I've watched this so many times what you girls are doing, and it's hilarious. It's so good.
Well,
we have a
lot of fun, but you know, you are a desperate Wonderbird. We were desperate to get you on here because we just thought, oh, Lizzie is so fabulous and so one of us.
Yes, yeah. I am one of you, and I'm sorry because I'm so sad because you know, Deb, my dear friend Jackie Gold.
Yes,
from
Summers. She did the show. You know, she was on the show.
She came on.
Yes, and sadly passed away last week. So really sad. But there was another woman that was, you know, not just one of my best friends, but such an inspiration to so many women to say you can do anything in life. And she always used to say to me, Lizzie could do anything. And a funny story, she said to me, I had this big show and they were like, oh, Lizzie, I was worried because I thought, oh, too glamorous, you know what it's like. And she was like, no, just be yourself, be you, and you can do anything. And you really did feel like you could conquer the world after being with Jackie. She was an incredible lady.
I mean, to you know, to fight. I mean, to go so quickly after her dad as well.
Yes.
I mean, how devastating for her family to lose both so fast.
Well, I know it was in the space of a month and a half, and I think she was so grieving so much for her dad. I do think that had a massive effect on her. But what a legacy to leave! And I mean, this is about empowering women, and she really did kick the door open for women and women entrepreneurs and people to say you can, you know, do your own business and do what you want. You can really go for it.
Would you come back and see us again, please?
Of course I would. I would love to.
Thank
and
you.
if this relationship works out, I'll bring him on with me.
Oh, yes, please. That would be amazing.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. This is much more important. Does he have any friends?
Actually, he could do, actually. I might call you, but Jim Davidson will be jealous.
Oh, no. Please call me. Yes, I have been single for a long time now, and it would be just nice to meet someone who's a bit of fun and.
All right, Debbie, leave it with me. I am Cilla Black, the matchmaker. I'm going to sort this.
Right, so you've said it on air. Lizzie, I give you a challenge to find me a man. I need a bit of nookie. I haven't had it for ages.
Oh, it's like riding a bike. You never forget. You'll be fine.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Come back and see us very soon.
I will, darling. It's been lovely to see you.
Oh, lovely to meet you.
You too.
And you, darling. Take care. Good luck.
Bye, darling.
Bye. Bye. She's so lovely, isn't she?
Oh,
do you know,
lovely.
everyone who knows her, because I'd never met her before, says what a lovely person she is. And she really is, isn't she?
She's got such a lovely energy. And I thought it was, you know, what, having that conversation this now, it's great that there are two sides to everything. And I think what's happened in the world right now is people aren't prepared to listen to the other side. And I think that's the most important thing that's what we all have always done in our, you know, generation, although kind of younger, but just
I'm not younger.
Listening to the other side, always listen to what everybody else.
Well, I think it's very interesting that you know, you guys were on the other side, and that's kind of why I wanted Natalie to bring that up with her, because I knew that you were on the other side, and so it's you know, for us Wonderbirds, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of friction there, but it's not friction at all. It's just everybody has their own point of view.
Yeah,
it's the view, and we all care about each other. But the fact that we disagree doesn't make any difference. Except I'm never going to speak to you again.
I just know what tea towels that I'm going to buy.
Yeah. Yes, actually.
The world is complicated.
What's complicated? Sorry, Paddy.
Very
I just say
complicated.
the world is very complicated. There's so much information coming at us. There's so much information coming from media, from social media, and we've just got to negotiate it and debate, and it's complicated.
But what I was saying about tolerance, and people are intolerant now, and they don't listen to the other side anymore, and they just go, you know, hands over ears. They don't want to hear, and I think that's a terrible shame. I think listening to the other side, debating it, talking about it. You can't just not listen.
Exactly. And I think everyone's in their bubble, and that can be quite dangerous as well.
And I think especially, you know, with something like the royal family or anybody that's in the public eye, you know, there are always, you know, two sides. The press can manipulate anything as well. You know, they're very, as we all know, they're very capable of doing that. So, you know, it might not be as we see it or as anybody sees it. It's just what we're being told, which is quite frightening on the other hand, isn't it, really? So who knows? But you know, and as my mother always used to say, truth will out.
It will. Absolutely. And there's the thing called karma as well. So that will... Karma,
give me...
Talking of which, I've got my gig on Friday.
Oh,
can't wait to see you.
Oh, we can. That's why coming. Are you around? I don't know if Paddy's around.
I don't know. Is it in? It's not in London, is it? It's
no, but Caddy, I'll let you know about the next one because this one's sold out.
Oh, well, congratulations!
Ooh.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. So we're going, but we honestly, Cundy, we're not leaving you out. Otherwise, there'll be. Can you imagine what's going to happen?
Yeah, we'll come and get you.
The show is over. She'll be screaming. She looks very calm and very quiet. She's not like that at all. She'll be screaming at us.
Oh,
Anyway,
guys,
guys,
it's so lovely
we'll
to see you.
all very soon. See you on Friday.
Yes.
See you Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.